Welcome back to the Dynasty Kings podcast. And as you can see, we are reviewing Dynasty King trades today. Austin has not seen any of these.
Nope.
I made these myself. I want to see what he thinks of how these trades end up. And these are trades, most of them are like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
So we've had time to see.
So
kind of know where these teams are
back
at.
then we're trading like 2023 picks in like 2020. So we get to see how they ended up being. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you think. So first one, let's start it off. We got Omar and Tyler in a November 20th, 2020 trade.
Okay.
It's the Patrick Mahomes. Do you remember this trade?
I don't rember what all happened,
right.
but let's see.
It's Patrick Mahomes for Teddy Bridgewater, Todd Gurley, A.J. Brown,
Okay.
Andy's first, which ended up being
Okay.
Devontae Smith.
Took the Eagles wide receiver core.
Yep. Travis Etienne ended
Okay.
up being that first. And then Kenny Pickett ended up being this first. And then
Gross.
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, take Patrick Mahomes and run with it.
yeah, I'm taking
You know,
Patrick Mahomes' side.
But I mean, in the end,
back then,
I mean,
Todd Gurley was
okay.
still good, though.
I mean, there's really no way to say if I don't think I would ever trade Mahomes or Allen or, people of that caliber. Like, I guess I have traded Lamar, so maybe that's maybe that's a foolish thing to say. I don't know. I mean, he's got literally picked up a wide receiver room.
Yeah.
It sucks that those players ended up on the same team, but if you really
Yeah.
want to, you can probably ship one of those guys for a similar level wide receiver. And Etienne is, in my opinion, the best player on the Jag. So
Yeah.
missing on Kenny Pickett, even though it's a promising fit, and I understand, maybe picking him at that point, I think you got to grab best quarterback in the league in a super flex league all day long.
Yeah, and I'll be totally honest, though. That was me that made that pick. That pick ended up being on my team. Because this happened in 2020. If
So
you
these
think
things
that
happen-
2022 pick was staying on Tyler's team, you were wrong.
No, the 2021 I know for a fact went to Kyle. So
Yep,
and
yep.
then I traded for Travis Etienne at one point.
Yep,
so.
exactly. It's all over the place, bro.
But no, I think Mahomes is a clear winner here. I don't think that Tyler got decimated.
Yeah.
But that's definitely pretty.
I'd
Clearly,
rather have Mahomes.
Pretty clearly Mahomes,
yeah.
every single time. But I don't think it's like a 90% to 10% or anything like that. It's not like he literally got nothing.
This was the first time 3 or more first round picks were traded in Dynasty Kings, so it's a pretty crazy trade.
Right. That makes sense.
Next,
History.
we got a classic.
I bet this
Ooga
involves
Booga Hive.
Marquise Brown.
It does not. It's from August 20th,
Okay.
2020. Josh Allen is
Oh
involved.
my goodness, yeah.
And Ronald Jones.
Bro, is Rogers not even in the league anymore?
No.
Wow.
I got Aaron Jones.
Yep.
I got Deebo Samuel.
Okay.
And I got a first, which ended up being that same
Devontae
Devontae Smith
Okay.
pick. You're going to see that pick
Wait,
a
so-
lot in here, by the way.
So was this the
that
first?
pick has been traded at least 4 or 5 times.
So was
You're
this
going to see.
was this the first time? Do you remember? Was this the first time that you got that first was traded?
So-
Because it's coming from Andy, so it has to be, right?
So, yeah, this probably was the start of when that
'cause
pick
this
was
before,
traded.
This was before the other one.
Yeah,
right?
because this
Okay.
was August 20th.
sick.
So,
I mean, give me Josh Allen. It's not even close.
Yeah. I didn't understand how Superflex worked back then.
Good thing you got him back. But at
Yeah.
that time, Josh Allen had been coming off a really good season, but people were still
Pretty
little
slow.
unconvinced. He hadn't done it twice yet. So at this point, he's obviously a bona fide superstar and one of the best QBs in Superflex period.
Yeah.
Especially with the rushing prowess. But I mean, Aaron Jones has been eternally slept on, and whenever he's healthy, has produced. And then Deebo Samuel has also been passed around this league. I know for a fact because I know
Yeah.
I had him at one point as well.
Yeah.
So, again, it's not like you got literally nothing. You're getting a wide receiver and running back room, but in Superflex, you just need that quarterback every time.
Yeah. I definitely lost this trade.
Yeah.
But we'll go on. October 9th, 2020. Omar and Andy.
Yep.
Josh Allen
Oh
traded
my
again
God.
from Andy. This is. Hold on, I'm sorry. This was about a month and a half later. Josh Allen gets traded to Omar for Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton,
Okay.
who's been passed around a lot.
Yes.
DeAndre Swift. A first round pick 3 years later that ended up being JSN. A first round pick 3 years later that ended up being Jordan Addison.
Damn.
That's the end of that one.
Wow.
What are we thinking? I think Omar,
That's
please.
really bad.
I think Omar,
That's
please.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a big fan of Cortland Sutton. Had a lot of injury issues. DeAndre Swift has been up and down. And then, got this first, which is so far away.
Yeah. It's 3 years later. They ended up being pretty solid
No,
picks.
that's
but-
you know, like I keep saying, they're building rooms. You know, like if your wide receiver room. No, actually, that's cap. If your wide receiver room right now is Cortland Sutton, JSN, and Jordan Addison, you're in hell. So
It's not that bad, bro. Jordan
If
Addison
those
and
are your
Cortland Sutton had a lot of touchdowns
but if those are
last
your
year.
top 3 wide receivers,
Yeah, it's not great.
you can't be super happy about that with bonus. You know, and Cortland Sutton has shown to produce for sure, and I'm high on him. But JSN is still at the bottom of that pecking order.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison, you know, is obviously really good and produced a lot last year, but you know, JJ was gone, so I don't know.
I definitely have the Josh Allen side though.
No, this one's easy, and it's crazy to think that Nick Foles was a playable quarterback at this point because I bet Andy was like in the playoff race, and that's why he made this trade.
Maybe. I mean, it was mid-season to late season, so
yeah,
pretty interesting one.
Yeah,
all right,
that's wild.
Kyle and Omar, this is.
Wait, so this was the same day as the first one, then, right?
No. This was about a month and a half later again.
Right, but wasn't the first one from November 20th, 2020?
I honestly don't remember.
It's like
one
of them.
I have it written down. Honestly, I could look, but
yeah.
Guess who's in this trade?
It's close. Josh Allen. Yep.
Another Josh Allen trade.
Sliding around.
Teddy Bridgewater back in. Has been traded for Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen.
This guy is retired.
He got
Marcus
Hollywood Brown.
There he is.
Andy's first again. Ended up being Devontae
Passed
Smith.
around like crazy.
Kenny Pickett.
Ugh.
Christian Watson.
Okay. Solid
and Kenneth
pick there.
Gainwell.
Yeah, I mean that's Josh Allen and not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is probably the worst. It's funny how like these are similar players.
Yeah. Like the Devontae Smith and Kenny Pickett, we've seen already.
Maybe this is a sign, and this is the lesson that we'll learn from here: is like just trade for the QB, and you're probably going to win the trade.
Maybe
if you're the one making the move.
You'll see some
we'll
other.
see.
You'll see some of these other ones.
So far, that's been the trade.
I put the so to be like it's pretty obvious. I put the Mahomes trade first, and then I went Josh Allen. So we're kind of going down a little bit. You'll see a trend.
Okay.
But yeah. So then, me and Kyle. This is what. Okay, so this was like about a month earlier. I got Russell Wilson, Jonnu Smith.
Beating.
I was really high on him at the time.
Yeah, when he was with the Titans, he was a monster.
And then a first 2 years later, that ended up being Chris Olave, that I picked. I actually picked there. He got Joe Burrow. Josh Jacobs. Mike Gesicki.
Okay.
And then that Devontae Smith.
Oh my goodness.
So
yeah, I feel like you lost that by a mile.
I had to put a trade in here that I lost, bro.
Yeah, you have to.
I can't hide it.
You can't be biased.
Yeah, I can't be biased.
But
I
in
lost
the
this
end,
trade.
it's not the worst. Chris Olave and Devontae Smith are close, but I personally would take Devontae. Maybe.
The good thing though,
Chris Olave's a target hound is the thing, but yeah.
Yeah, the good thing though is that like this upcoming year, Russell Wilson will be better than Joe Burrow.
Steel City.
No, but
yeah,
I mean,
this one's rough, especially with the Russell Wilson decline. I know you flipped him to me though, so
yeah, I did.
You ended.
I don't think I included that.
You probably ended up looking okay,
yeah,
especially compared to what I got for Russell Wilson.
I actually don't think we have. I put a trade in here between us. I should have done that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh well, though.
Oh well. Next time.
Yep, we'll throw that in the next one. But yeah, Joe Burrow and Josh Jacobs is amazing, and then Devonta Smith as well. Like. Crazy.
But
and then
Russell Wilson was still really good back then too. He's on the Seahawks.
Yeah, and I think this was the year that he even had like a lot of touchdowns, and then he like broke his thumb or something, if I remember correctly.
The Broncos saw this season and thought that this would be a fair trade too. So
Yep.
Next one, Andy and Omar. This is like one of the earliest trades too. Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
For Cortland Sutton.
Wait, so Omar traded away Tyreek Hill and got him back?
Yeah, like right after the draft.
Damn, bro, these were our boys back then.
Yeah.
Cortland and Ronald, bro.
Yeah, he loved Ronald Jones.
I remember when Ronald Jones was eating, dude. Yeah, doesn't he have a jersey?
Yeah, he does have a Ronald Jones Buccaneers jersey.
Crazy.
But yeah, this is the whole trade. This was it. I'm easily taking Tyreek Hill.
That's really rough. That's really, really rough.
Yeah.
Because even if you're just trying to grow your room, Cortland Sutton and JSN does not equal Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. It like, never will.
Not even factoring in injuries. And then obviously, you know, respect to Ronald Jones. I remember he was popping off in 2020. I do remember that. But he fell off hard since then. So that's a rough value estimate.
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good one because Omar selected Tyreek for that.
Right. And they got him back.
Insane. Well, we have some more Tyreek ones.
Oh, I love that.
This is the next day, by the way. Wait, no. Was it?
2
days later.
Yeah.
2 days later. Omar gets Tyreek Hill back.
There we go.
He's back.
What happened?
Gets Dallas Goedert, too.
Okay, yeah.
Phillip Lindsay. Good start. Noah Fant. Which everyone thought... He was a first-round tight end at the time, so, I mean, he looked promising. Gets A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Jamar Chase.
Wow.
And then the pick that you chose with Madison.
Gross.
So, I think that this
could have been A-Chain.
That's just... Yeah, I know.
But the Dolphins don't want A-Chain to start, so it's okay.
All right. I don't know about that. But
no,
yeah,
we'll give him 15 carries and he'll go for 100 yards every game. It's gas.
I thought this one was pretty spicy.
Yeah, this is interesting for sure. This one is like very close, to be honest. Like especially with the production that Phillip Lindsay brought at the time, and I think in 2021 he was like somewhat productive as well, right? And then he just fell off like extremely hard. I'm not even sure if he's in the league anymore.
I can't remember the last. No, he's definitely not in the league anymore.
But
I don't remember the last time he was relevant.
I'm pretty sure
2020 maybe.
I'm pretty sure he played through 2021 and then he signed with somebody and just did not do well. But yeah, I mean AJ Brown and Jamar Chase is definitely a take over Tyreek Hill. So then Noah Fant, Phillip Lindsay, and a pick for Dallas Goedert. Like if you're strong in the tight end position. Honestly, I think this makes sense for both sides, especially depending on what the rooms look like.
If Omar was trying to win now, I think he definitely got it. But I mean, if Andy's trying to win later, AJ Brown and the pick that turns into Jamar Chase, like
right, that's a disgusting duo.
Yeah,
absolutely disgusting duo.
Yeah. So, moving on, Kyle and Zach. This is a big boy trade. I remember this. T.Y. Hilton. That's the worst player in this trade, by the way, and he's a potential Hall of Famer. Amari Cooper.
All right.
This is 4 years ago, too. Nick Chubb. T.J. Hawkinson.
Shit.
That first that turns into Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett.
Thing has been passed around, too.
And then Rashee Rice.
Wow. Which
is 3 years later, from 2020 to 2023. He gets Mark Andrews, T. Higgins, Henry Ruggs, who is basically Rashee Rice.
Dude, yeah, that's actually insane, dude. They cancel each other out.
Yeah. I saw that one, and I saw this trade, and I was like, wait,
hilarious.
Rashee Rice and Henry Ruggs in the same trade? That's insane. But what do you think? He got the 103, which ended up being Kyle Pitts, which Zach did actually pick that. He did pick Kyle Pitts at 103.
Okay. So let's just cancel out Kenny Pickett, Rashee Rice, and Henry Ruggs to kind of make this a little bit simpler.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can go ahead and cut out T.Y. Hilton, too, because those... I mean, at the time, he was still productive, I think, to a degree.
I think that was his last good season.
Yeah, this was the very end.
Yeah.
God, this is before the season even started. He was a throw-in for sure, I think at this point, they kind of knew he wasn't a high-tier receiver. So, the main chunk of this is going to be Cooper, Chubb, Hawkinson for Andrews, T. Higgins, and Kyle Pitts. And... That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to say.
I think it is spicy.
So, I feel like Hawkinson is clear. It's not clear because Mark Andrews is really nice, but Hawkinson was balling last season, but he's also torn his ACL.
The torn ACL makes things
and that's the thing
interesting.
is Cooper, Chubb, and Hawkinson have all had injury issues. Mark Andrews had injury issues. T. Higgins has injury issues. Kyle Pitts tore his ACL in his second season, didn't he?
I don't remember that. Maybe. I mean, I honestly don't remember that. But he just...
Am I tripping?
He's just so irrelevant that, he basically is injured because he doesn't get any targets. So, basically, his hand and his mental is injured. But I think that it's a pretty good trade at the end of the day. I mean, I think Kyle ends up winning, especially if that Kenny Pickett, pick ended up being... Chris Olave was picked 2 picks later, so obviously he would have rather had that. So, getting the shot to, have that first makes him win it. And then Rashee Rice, I mean, if he plays again...
He tore his knee in 2022.
He did?
Yes.
Okay.
So...
Okay. Just all...
So everybody has had injury issues.
Yeah.
Who has been the most productive? Cooper has been more productive than Higgins, I think in general, right?
I think it's about even.
Chubb has probably been the most productive. Oh, God. I mean, Hawkins... So, yeah, I think you've got to give it to Kyle.
Yeah.
Just for the window that they've had. Within the last 3 years, I feel like those main 3 players have been more productive than Mark Andrews, T. Higgins, and Kyle Pitts. But, I mean, it's close.
But
it's really close.
Zach's assets were definitely more for the future. T. Higgins is still really young. Kyle Pitts is still really young.
No,
Mark Andrews
that's fair.
Is
Mark Andrews and Hawkinson are the same age, basically.
Are they?
Yeah, Hawkinson's young, dude. He's only
I know Hawkinson's young, but I thought Mark
years.
Andrews was older.
Same, 4 or 5 years, I think.
All right.
But yeah, and then obviously Henry Ruggs is in jail. So, but yeah, I agree. I think that there's like a, T. Higgins is obviously a younger asset, so Pitts is the youngest asset. So, yeah, I think it's definitely really close, but I'm taking Kyle Stein all day long on this one personally.
Yeah, me too. All right, Zach and Kenny. This is a way more recent than the other ones.
Yes, 2021.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay.
The rapist himself.
This is pre or post.
This
alleged.
This
is pre or post. You can't say that on the microphone, bro.
Come on, bro. I can say that on the microphone. Come get me, Deshaun Watson.
All right, I'm not affiliated with that
one. Okay, it was alleged. I will say that it was alleged, but I have my truth. I believe those women.
Exactly, I have my truth as well, but he is an alleged rapist.
Okay, the Bill. Speaking of, wait, no, never mind.
Wait,
I was thinking OJ. I was thinking Bill's running back. It's all alleged. It's all alleged crime. Yeah. Alleged crime. Oh Bill's running back duo: Devin Singletary and Zach Moss at the time. So you got the running back room. I think this is pre-allegation. To
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Denzel Mims.
Okay.
Zach Wilson.
No.
Zach Wilson. And then Trevor Lawrence. I'm taking.
I mean, give me T-Law.
I'm taking T-Law too.
I'm not low on T-Law. I'm lower than most people are on T-Law, but like that's easy in my opinion.
I actually think this slide's wrong because Zach's 2021 first was not the 110. So honestly, that's your fault. I'm checking that real quick because there's no way that that's true.
You think so? Oh well, no.
Zach didn't win the league. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, Zach.
Well, here you go. Kenny's 2021 first was 1.10 and Zach's was 1.1.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So you just switch those two.
Yeah, because Kenny won the league that year and Zach came in last.
Yep.
Right. Okay, but yeah, I think I'm taking T-Law over that. I'm a known Deshaun Watson hater. I think I've made that pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm. Well,
especially in the past 5 minutes.
At this point, the character, the injuries, the inability to play well, getting outplayed by a near 40-year-old, I think that one's pretty. And also, love me some Devin Singletary and all the good wishes to Zach Moss and stuff like that, but they were not that productive of a duo. Like James Cook was more productive than
both of them.
Probably both of them combined. Yeah. So and Devin Singletary did have a propensity to kind of like ramp it up towards the end of the season. But yeah, I think this one's also what the hell happened to Denzel Mims, dude?
He's on the Steelers now. He's on the Steelers.
Okay.
He's on the Steelers. Come on. He's in a good spot.
We'll see.
But Adam Thielen back then was actually really really valuable.
He was really productive last season as well. So yeah, I don't want to just skip over
at the beginning.
Yeah.
You want him?
And then Bryce.
I have him. I don't want him. Come get him.
Nah, I don't think I even have roster room. We'll talk more about this later. Anyway, yeah. So I mean that's enough for that.
At the time though, I think it's really spicy because Deshaun Watson looked really good. Like
this is when he was coming off the
Texans, and he traded 2 firsts for him. So it is really interesting.
And literal,
but he gets the first
overall pick. You knew it.
Yeah, so he gets T-Law. All right, this is one of the first picks in the league. Robert Woods and Tony Pollard, your boy,
dude.
Trading for Tony Pollard in August 2020 is blasphemous, by the way.
Dude, beyond woke.
CeeDee Lamb, real woke. You think he's woke?
Sleep.
And Henry Ruggs.
There you go.
And then. The second attorney that Ken Walker.
God, what?
Yeah.
Is this when Robert Woods was like bugging out on the Rams?
He was really good back
then.
That
is before the ACL tear.
This was when he was on the Rams and he looked really good. Like probably top 15, I think.
And I know this was CD took a while to ramp up as well.
Yeah.
He showed flashes, but
he was still first round pick rocking 88 in Cowboys.
I don't know how he needed to give up the second here. Like CD and Ruggs is still an overpay in my opinion, but
yeah,
this is like before the league even started.
Yeah. Just insane.
That's wild.
Just trading the trade.
Yeah, that one's wild.
I mean, it looks really bad, but Robert Woods was really good back then, but Tony Pollard wasn't. I mean, it was Zeke's backfield, so I don't really know why.
It took until like the very end of 2021 for him to even have a name. So
like full 2 seasons.
That is crazy woke though. I won't even lie, Andy. Like,
it was.
Credit to that.
Yeah, but you still lost the trade, bud. Sorry.
Yeah. CD's way better.
Yeah, and Ken Walker.
I love Tony Pollard.
And Ken Walker, bro.
Yeah, Ken Walker's nice.
That's insane. All right, Zach and Paul. Do you know what this trade is?
No.
Saquon Barkley. This, I'm not gonna say it. And Jamison Crowder. I know what this trade is.
Okay. Oh,
Herbo.
No.
That's not the end, brother. That is not the end. Diggs. You think that's the end? No.
I remember it now.
Justin Fields. That's the end. But
And then traded
Saquon.
Justin Fields again, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Saquon for Justin Herbert, Stephon Diggs, and Justin Fields. I think this is one of the worst trades
And
in
Jamison
history.
Crowder,
Yeah.
bro.
Crowder, who was just a throw-in probably,
That's
but
crazy.
insane. Just insane.
And I remember Justin Herbert too was like a waiver wire pickup too.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have as large of a taxi spot at that point.
Yeah,
That's nuts, dog.
yeah. Zach picked him up. I'll give him that.
I mean, hey, I bet the way he saw it, he traded Diggs in a first for Saquon, but oof. That's a bad one.
It's real bad.
That's definitely the worst one we've seen so far.
Yeah, that one's ugly.
Oh,
Here's
here
one
we
with you,
go.
bud.
Here
Do
we
you know what
go.
this is?
Yeah. Then
How many times have you traded with Paul? You have to know what it is, right?
Yeah, it's not very. I mean, how many times has Paul traded?
And
Period.
it's actually like 2 years ago. About how many times has Paul traded?
Yeah.
Period. So this is when he gives up Diggs. Wait, how long ago was the other one? I'm sorry. Okay, he had Diggs for 2 years.
Yep.
Gives him to Austin.
Yep. And
For this is actually the worst one. J.D. McKissick, Justin Jackson, and a first-round pick that he used on Sky Moore.
And Paul's gonna owe me $50 in 2 years when Sky Moore is not a top.
Yeah.
What did he be? Top 30 receiver, I'm pretty sure.
This one, I think, is the worst one.
That's crazy, dog. Especially because of how productive Diggs has been.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And how-
crazy.
Justin Jackson's not in the league.
Top 15?
That's the bet.
Yep.
Top
Within the first
15.
3 seasons. So after this season,
That's
$50
nice.
to your boy. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy, dude. And I mean, if he had maybe used the pick on somebody else, it wouldn't look so crazy. But
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. It would actually probably look pretty good if he used it
Right,
on
'cause,
Garrett Wilson, who was on the board, but nah, Sky Moore
Sky Moore, dude.
for Stephon Diggs, pretty much, because the other two guys aren't in the league anymore.
Sky Moore, you mean Xavier Worthy the first?
Oh, you're predicting on his downfall?
I'm begging for it.
Begging for
We let him
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
pray
right.
for it every night.
Another trade with you
There we
and
go. I
Tyler.
remember what this one is too.
You know what this one
Mhm.
is? What is
I'm
it?
pretty sure I get Joe Burrow here, right? Oh,
We like Mike.
I love it. Okay, shit. I do still love Mike Evans though, but yeah, there you go.
This isn't it.
Okay. All right.
I think this is it. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
Still taking it?
yeah, that is a solid return to the right though. No, I mean honestly, because Mike has been so productive the last 3 seasons, except for he was kind of down in 2023, I think I would still take it.
This is right before
This is
our
close.
rookie draft. This is right
Yeah.
before our rookie draft, by
Before
the
the
way.
first one,
So
yeah.
this Pat Freiermuth pick was picked
Yeah.
right after this,
Mhm.
and Tyler does still have Pat Freiermuth to this
Yeah,
day.
and Pat's good.
But he
Rashad White
He
turned
didn't
out
pick
really good.
any of those other players. I don't think he only
I don't
picked
think
Pat
he kept
Freiermuth.
Garrett Wilson, yeah. But yeah, I mean Garrett Wilson. But if you were to take, because Mario's a throwaway, obviously he abandoned his team after he got benched or whatever. And then so we got Garrett Wilson.
Sounds like Kenny Pickett.
Freiermuth and White. Yeah, except he didn't get traded; he just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean, if somebody offered me those 3 for Mike Evans right now, I'm probably just slam accepting that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Even just Garrett Wilson and Rashad White.
But
I'd smash that.
if you're taking the full 3 years of Mike Evans, like it's kind of hard to if you're trying to compete
It's
in those
still Mike
seasons.
Evans,
It's
yeah.
so I feel like it's fair, but I definitely think like in general, dynasty wise, like trying to build a team, the right side's looking a lot better because Garrett Wilson is really nice, and Rashad White I think is a super serious running back, and then Pat Freiermuth is obviously a top tight end.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in that definitive top 10 range, but he's close.
I think he's fallen out for me personally, but we'll see.
His injury struggles
have a
have
quarterback
been an issue, but yeah, exactly, and that's been another thing as
Yeah.
well. Very inconsistent offensive usage, but we've seen the talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had quite a few games where he just exploded. So,
I'm hyped for him. I'm still a fan.
yeah,
But-
me too. But yeah, no, I think overall, I gotta be honest. I think I lost it, especially if you're looking through a dynasty range. But like, since my team was win now, I think it makes sense, and I would probably make the move again, even though I didn't end up winning the championship. So.
Yeah, because when you really look at it, at the time, it's Mike Evans for a second, like this year, and then a future first, second, and third, which are all 3 Omars, by the
Yeah.
way, if you didn't notice.
Yep.
So it's, I mean, I think it's pretty fair, especially for
Yeah.
Mike Evans, man. I mean, I'm biased because I love Mike Evans.
Yeah,
but
but no, I mean,
I like
he's
it.
really good, and I think he was a top 10 wide receiver all 3 years, right?
Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer,
And
Hall of Famer.
yeah,
Hall of
easily
Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
and
he's
so-
not, we riot. I'm talking the whole state of Florida, not just Tampa. or Orlando.
We'll join up.
Everybody, bro.
We'll
Everybody, all the Floridians, I'm calling you to rally. All right. Next one. Another Austin trade.
Is this Tannehill?
I'm pretty sure this is a Tannehill.
Yeah.
Tannehill is involved. You know who else is involved?
I don't remember.
You give away Tannehill.
Yeah. I gave Mo Tannehill for like a second and something.
You're going to like it.
All right, let's see. Oh, my boy.
Michael Pittman. I didn't put junior.
boy.
It's not senior. It's junior. Terrence Marshall, which I don't
Rough.
know if you ended up picking.
I'm pretty sure I did. I was kind of high on him.
That's not great.
Nope.
And then you got Elijah Moore.
Yep, which was nice. But I flipped him quickly.
Okay. You gave Mo Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
This pick that you ended up using on Alexander Madison.
Bro, how did I get it back?
I don't know how you got it back. I actually didn't
That's
even
hilarious.
realize that. And then he ended up actually picking that.
Michael Wilson. Nice pick.
I think it's Michael Pittman.
I mean,
Michael Pittman and a bunch of trash.
Yeah. and so Mo was in the playoff race. I was selling. So, I mean, in the end, you know, he didn't win the championship. But I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
he just
made the
needed a
playoffs.
quarterback.
Yeah, and needed a quarterback. Ryan Tannehill was leading the Titans to the number 1 seed, I believe, at that point.
I think that was this year.
You know, he was balling, and, you know, I've always been a Tannehill head. Tanner-thrill. So I was sad to see him go, but I think that makes a lot of sense. And, yeah, I think it's definitively the left side.
Yeah. Isn't he still a free agent? I think he is.
Yes, he's not signed with the team yet, but I'm sure he'll start somewhere.
He needs to go somewhere, bro.
He'll probably
He's worth it.
He might do a Flacco and just wait for somebody to go down.
That makes sense.
It's probably the best.
That would
way,
actually
to be
be
honest.
sick, bro. Seeing Tannehill in the playoffs, bro. That would be sick.
Oh yeah, no, man, it would be
That'd be
sick.
awesome.
Give a chance. And that's the thing I love about him, bro. Is he is just like willing to take a hit, bro.
Yeah, he's
does
tough.
not care at all.
But
so.
Michael Pittman's tougher. I'm
Yeah.
much rather having
Michael Pittman's that guy. I love him. So.
Even though he's a bitch in the Steelers game. Literally got fucking blindside hit. Another
God.
Austin Paul trade
Okay, here we go.
on 1/22/22.
This one's accurate, right?
I think so.
Let's see. Let's go.
Yep.
The dog.
Austin
Bringing the
Eckler,
Commanders.
DJ Chark.
I was huge on him.
My third, which I ended up picking Harrison Butker. It's a bad pick.
Nah, I mean, hey. Oh.
Bills Mafia.
Yeah, Bill
Bills
Receiver,
Mafia.
The new digs.
This first that Paul ended up using on Quentin Johnston.
Bro. I mean, I'm not
This
totally out on
pick-
Quentin Johnson. Okay.
That he also ended up using and still has.
Yep.
This pick, which he also ended up using and still has.
Rough.
Oh. Oops. That's it.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
I'll take Eckler.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, me too. Especially with the production. That's the thing is, like, I do feel like right now, if somebody offered me this trade, it's tempting to go to the right.
Yeah.
Especially if you believe in Quentin Johnston, which, like I said, I don't think he's... You know, we've seen wide receivers come in and struggle as well, but he really struggled. But yeah, I mean, Eckler was... He led the league in touchdowns two seasons that I had him, so, like... he did, right? Didn't he lead the league in touchdowns?
Not this last year, but the
but
season
in
that you traded for
2020
him,
and 23 he did. So, like...
but you got him in 2022.
Right, so then
So in 2022
September of 22 and... Oh, yeah.
That season.
Wait, I only had him for one season?
2 seasons now.
Yeah.
This season that you had him for, the 2022-2023 season, he did lead. I'm pretty sure he led the league in touchdowns. And then this past season.
Right.
So
I thought
2
I
seasons.
thought I got him before that, but... Oh, well, I thought I had him for...
No.
No, definitely not. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, I think... It's tough, though, man, because James Cook is disgusting. So it's really, I mean, like, at this point, are you taking James Cook or Eckler? It's kind of tough to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Really tough to say, especially because James Cook is in... You know, I feel like the Commanders' offense is going to be much better this season than it was, but
it's
that's
not
kinda
as great
tough
as
to
the
say.
Chargers.
That's kind of tough to say. But yeah, no, I was in win now, and if I'm win now, I think I would rather have James Cook, honestly, personally.
You think he lost?
Maybe not going into 2022, but yeah, I mean, looking back at this, might have been a better move to just grab James Cook, and I would never have drafted Willie Willis there, so whoever was there. And then I would have had 1.06 for the next one, so, you know. Yeah, that's a tough one, I gotta be honest. And I love me some Eckler, man, but he fell off hard last season coming off that ankle injury, and I don't think he's cooked, like, totally, but he could be. He very well could be, you know.
Yeah, I actually do agree. I think that, like, he could actually shine,
right?
But I don't know, man.
I mean, it's very possible because, you know, he kind of stopped getting as much work towards the end of the season. He's got a full off season to refresh and get off an injury, and he's obviously hungry to get a new contract after this season. So, you know, there's a chance, but it's definitely, I think at this point, like if you're straight up asking me Eckler or Cooks, I'm probably taking Cooks.
Yeah.
Cooks.
All right. Yeah,
Cook.
it's Cook.
Yeah.
This is on my birthday.
There you go.
By the way, they traded without me. Fucking assholes.
Mm.
Send me a trade on my birthday.
Yeah.
This is the big
It's
Jalen Hurts
Valentine's
trade.
Day. Oh, babe. Yeah, so this happened at like 2 a.m. on Wednesday, right?
I don't
Didn't
remember.
Paul send it wasted in the middle of the night?
I don't remember.
I'll have to check. I wonder if that's timestamps. But yep.
This is a big one because he ended up getting a lot of picks here. Trey Sermon, which I
You
ended
made
up
that
picking.
pick, and I
made
was
that
going to
pick.
trade you Darnell Mooney in a second to get.
No, it was Darnell, not Darnell Mooney. It was the Rams running back.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Damn it. Dude.
Now I'm thinking Darnell Washington. I know that's wrong.
No. Oh my goodness.
Or
dude.
Daryl. It's Daryl Henderson.
Henderson. Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Daryl Henderson and that one and that pick
And
for
that
Trey
pick.
Sermon.
Yeah.
But they both ended up being busts, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know,
And
Michael
then,
Carter could still be like, okay, that's a change of chase back, but ooh, gross.
and then that. Oh, and then that.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, everybody else is kind of a shitter.
Jaden Reed too.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about. I'm not personally very high on any of the Green Bay receivers because their offense is going to be so spread out.
Yeah.
But he is still a really good football player, so can't be hate on that. How the hell did Paul get 303 twice?
I saw that too and was like, bro, he's
This is
just plateau.
generational levels of bad, dude. Guys, the
2
exact
years
same
in a
level,
row.
making no moves.
Yeah.
But nah, this one was a good one, I think, for real.
Yeah,
I
this
think
was
I'm
a
taking
crazy
Jalen every
trade.
time. I think I'm taking Jalen every time.
This was a crazy trade at the time because this is in 2021 when Jalen Hurts. I don't even think he was the starter.
Right. No, he was.
Like,
I think he was.
This
just,
is right after
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So
yeah.
like,
So this is when Wentz must have announced that he wasn't signing with them or something. Well, could have been. He wasn't even
No.
free agency yet.
yeah, bro, I'm telling
Yeah,
you, he was
Paul
still
was
free. He was still a
bugging.
backup.
But hey, you know.
Ended up paying off, but I mean, the Amon-Ra St. Brown pick,
Yeah.
Omar didn't make that pick.
And
I made that pick too.
Right. Well, and this is also crazy because Aaron Rodgers was in the won an MVP this season and the season after this when
Yeah.
they traded for him. So we were like, "What are you doing?" But,
Yeah, everyone thought Paul got
But hey,
fleeced, but
in the end, Amar did not capitalize on Aaron Rodgers' great play and didn't make a championship run. So in the
Yeah.
end, I think at this point, and especially because he didn't keep Amon-Ra, you
Yeah.
gotta grab Jalen Hurts.
the only
But-
one he kept was Jaden Reed.
But
Of all these players.
in your straight up unbiased opinion, if you're trying to win this year, straight up, Aaron Rodgers and Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jalen Hurts, which side are you taking?
If I'm trying to win this year straight up, I'm easily taking Rodgers and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I think so too, which is crazy.
I
Crazy to think about.
I think it's even close to argue. I would rather just take Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's close.
Nah,
It's close.
it's not.
It's close.
Comment on that, folks. Let's,
I'd rather have Jalen Hurts, but I'd say
there's
it's close.
no chance if you had
It's
Jalen
close.
Hurts, you would accept Amon-Ra St. Brown for him. There's 0% chance if that's in your inbox, you take it.
If I'm doing like a straight up dynasty draft, I think they're pretty close. I think that they're like a round apart.
Superflex?
I think that they're probably like a round or two apart. Not even two. I think a round and a half
I think
apart.
that's wild.
Dude,
I mean, okay, no, that's fair. Like 1.5 to 2.
he's like a
is,
top.
fine,
he's like a
but-
top 5 receiver.
Right.
Honestly.
No, Amon-Ra Saw is amazing, but like Jalen Hurts is.
Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping.
It's super flex, right?
Maybe I'm tripping. I do like Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
And-
I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers and Amon-Ra St. Brown
Yes,
for
and
sure.
I think I am too. So I don't feel like this trade is out of control, but I do think that with the timeline as it is, and that we know that Omar did make the championship run, you got to give it to the Jalen Hurts, I think.
Yeah. All right. This is a. Oh, I did put a me trade in here.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I put a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
January. So this is like right after like fantasy season, but like this is probably like
It's
literally
playoffs.
right after fantasy season
Yeah.
because this is like real playoffs. Baker Mayfield, Terry McLaurin
My guy.
ended up being Adam Troutman. I got Odell.
Gross. Why the hell were you acquiring OBJ?
I think he's just a throw in because I got this first, which ended up being Brees Hall.
Oh, okay.
First
okay.
overall pick. And then this pick, which ended up being Rondale
Yep,
Moore.
and I made that pick.
You made that pick?
Mm-hmm.
I did not make the Brees Hall pick. Kenny made the Brees Hall pick, so I don't remember how he got back.
to Kenny?
I don't remember how,
That's
but
amazing.
I definitely wish I kept Brees Hall.
Okay, so let's see. OBJ, playable, Adam Troutman, Rondale Moore. I mean, didn't Rondale just go to the Falcons?
Yeah.
So he might have a little more of an expanded role there. We saw him doing some gadget stuff in Arizona.
I think you can cancel Troutman and Moore out, though.
Yeah, I feel like those two are pretty even, so it's like...
I'm easily taking Brees Hall.
Yeah,
I don't know though, bro.
so the only
Baker
thing
makes
is-
things interesting.
But Baker sucked for 2 years.
Yeah, but like
So
he's
I'm
still
trying
a
to think
quarterback,
about
bro.
this
It's
in-
super flex.
So I'm trying to think about it in the frame of. So if I got this trade today, I feel like I'm taking Mayfield and McLaurin all day long. But within the frame of like how much
Really?
value did. Yeah. You don't
All
think
day
so?
long.
You don't think so?
I think it's spicy, bro. Baker
mean-
and Terry for Brees. Odell doesn't really matter. Like,
Right.
I'm kind of out
Odell's
on him,
fine.
but
Yeah, he's gonna have a couple games where he pops off, but he shouldn't be in your lineup every week. I don't think.
definitely not.
But yeah, I mean, that's a starting QB, and you know how high I am on Terry McLaurin. Finally, possibly has a good quarterback,
That's true.
and Brees
It's
Hall is really, really
spicy,
good.
though.
It's close.
So
it's definitely
spicy.
close. I don't think I probably
You said
it-
all
I probably said it
day,
too close. But
yeah.
I mean, it's like a 60-40 for me. It's not like it's like 51-49
That's
or anything
fair.
like that.
That's fair.
Because I think
it's super flex.
I think
so.
the value of the quarterback's just too high.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy one.
What if
I like
it's
that.
not super flex? What if it's one quarterback?
One QB? Then
I'm taking Brees Hall.
Well,
all
the
day.
running backs value go up in one
Yeah.
QB leagues. It's got to be Brees Hall all day
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
But I think it's definitely one of the spiciest ones we've seen, especially because that was a first the following year. So I didn't know it was going to be the first overall pick.
Right.
So that's
He didn't either, obviously.
yeah, and obviously he didn't either end up being his pick.
Crazy.
But
dude.
yeah,
that's
it's
funny.
spicy. It's super spice. All right. Do you know what this is?
CMC back to him, isn't it? Oh no,
You're
I have
getting
no idea what
Terry?
this is. Oh yeah, I think I do remember this.
And you got
this
this
this is the day that the Bills lost on 13 seconds.
Remembers it.
Mhm.
Fucking scarred.
Mhm. Yep, Manny Sanders and Gabe Davis.
Was he on the Bills
No,
at the time?
I don't believe so. He was on the 49ers at the time, I think.
Okay. Corey Davis and Gabe Davis.
Yep.
The Davis brothers, even though they're not real brothers. Harrison Bucker, that pick again, comes back up.
Yeah,
Just a random third. Just my third.
Did he juice me on another third?
Yeah, Keontae Ingram.
Yeah, bro, he's such a little bit.
Marvin Mims.
Damn,
A
dude.
second the next year. And then there's one more.
Really?
There's one more.
What is it? Oh,
How are we feeling? I think you still won.
I mean, I'd do it again, yeah, but
I would do that again all day today.
so like Manny Sanders, Corey Davis.
but I don't think
care.
you picked with Trey
Harrison
McBride.
Bucker.
I think Andy picked
No, I
with
did
him.
not. Yeah, Trey McBride's not on my team.
Yeah.
So Sanders don't care. Corey Davis don't care. Gabe Davis super inconsistent.
Don't care.
Butker and Ingram don't care. Marvin Mims is fine. He could be a good player, and Devontae Chain obviously great running back. But I've been high on Terry McLaurin. We've seen what he's capable of, and he has a quarterback now. So
and if you kept Trey
That's it.
McBride, I mean,
yeah, then I think
Then you
it's
run
even-
away with
then
this
it's even
trade.
higher, right?
why did you do this trade on that like tragic Bills day?
I did it before the game, dude.
Oh,
Because I've been trying, because I love Terry, bro, and I've been trying to get him for a minute, and he was like, "Oh, I want Gabe Davis," and I was like, "All right, well, what else?" And he's like, "Oh, 3 seconds." I was like, "Dog, like, quit taxing me, bro." And I felt like I was one receiver away at the time, and I was close.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, I'd do it again.
Yeah, I would do it again. I think you won this trade.
I think I've always been a believer in taking valuable players over picks personally. So, at one point maybe that philosophy will change when my team has a different composition. But like, I would rather have the person who is like ready to go rather than like a plethora of picks.
Yeah. All right, we got you guys trading again.
Nice.
Do you remember this trade? This
Yes,
is
I
pretty
do.
recent. I don't know if you guys can hear Milo, but he's
What's up, bud?
screaming.
my brother. Go ahead, you're good, bro. Had to look back for approval.
Yeah.
All right, D Hop.
D Hop. We got D Hop
Here.
and James Conner.
Okay. Yeah, for Kirk and like a second or something, right? Yep. Oh.
Yeah, but
And I do it again.
all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot I got that second in this one.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's juicy. And
Yeah.
James Conner played a lot better than I thought he would, and D Hop showed some flashes too. But I mean, Kirk was going crazy before he tore his Achilles, and Sam Laporta could possibly be the best tight end in the league in a year or two. So
Could be right now.
yeah, maybe. So these guys are old. I love old people, so the fact that I have like a franchise tight end is like really good. So I'm glad that ended up working out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, you do that all day,
Yeah.
all over again. This was about a year ago, almost.
And I was pissed when the Falcons selected Michael Penix because if they had just like built, and they have a pretty good team around Kirk, but if they continue to build around him, he's going to be very productive for 2 years, and then they'll probably ship him off somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I
feel
think
like
he'll just be done by then. But
think so?
Yeah.
He's still got a couple of years, man.
We'll see. That's what I'm saying. I think 2 years, and then he's just out the league.
If he gets injured again, I could see that. But if not, I feel like he's gonna play another 4 or 5 probably.
That's crazy, bro. He's old. Isn't he like 38?
Nah, I don't think he's that old. I think he's like 36. Let's see. Let's find out. Old Kirk star.
While you're doing that,
Yep.
Another Austin Zach trade.
Oh,
Boom.
let's go.
Another
We
one.
cook a lot. We're the brick hive.
Yeah. I think
Kirk Cousins is gonna be 36 years old when the season starts.
Okay. Well, not as old as I thought.
Yeah, he's got 4 years in him.
I can see that. All right, this is actually. I'm glad you said that because this is the beginning of the Brick Hive. Was actually this.
Yeah, this one right here, right? Yep.
Notice how Christian McCaffrey is all the way on that side because there's about to be a lot of pieces in this trade.
This one is.
So I need y'all to keep up. Need y'all to keep up.
I was
CMC, Keelan Cole, forget about him. Sonny Michel, forget about him.
erased.
Marcus Mariota, that pick
Erased.
comes back up.
Forgave her.
Forget about it. John Mechie, forget about it. Maybe though.
Yeah, now he's done.
This is when you gave him Kirk.
What?
you gave him Kirk.
Bro, so it was even more of a fleece. I literally borrowed it, and then gave him old people.
No. This was 2. Yeah. This was 2 years before the previous trade. Yeah, Robbie Chosen's in there.
2 names ago. Curtis Samuel, my guy now.
Bill's Mafia, stand up.
Woo!
Gus Edwards, solid.
Yeah. Damn, I was woke on Gus Edwards.
Mm-hmm. I was too. I still am.
Yeah, you are.
This pick ended up being Drake London.
Yep.
The Kenny Pickett pick is back. And then I just put all those together, bud.
God, I went crazy for him, huh?
3 firsts, 3 seconds, a third, and then those players.
It's a miracle my team is competitive after I did this. It's a dead-ass a miracle.
Yeah.
And I remember why I did it, because I had a plethora of quarterbacks. I can't remember who it was all, but obviously I had enough to get rid of Kirk. And then I had JT and Aaron Jones, I think, at the time. Some other, like, pretty high-level running back. So I was like, let me get the 3-headed running back. I picked up Terry. I had Michael Pittman. I was ready to go.
I think you had Josh Jacobs, too. Or no.
I think I traded Josh Jacobs for Aaron Jones. That's why I said that. But I think I traded Aaron Jones for somebody else at that point. So, I mean, give me the right side to the moon. This is just a... Like I said, it's a miracle that I came in second after looking at this. Like,
yeah.
and, I mean, to be fair, like, CMC, no injuries, coming off of 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
3 firsts, 3 seconds. The rest is kind of bullshit outside of Kirk Cousins. That's way too much.
Yeah.
Like 2 firsts.
It's not really bullshit, though, because Gus Edwards and Curtis Samuel still have value 3 years later.
No, that's fair. But they've kind of been...
Gus
Edwards last season was good, but in between then had some troubles with injuries.
Curtis Samuel's been all right. He was startable for like a couple weeks.
Right.
I think like 2 years ago.
Yeah. And he had some flashes this season too. But yeah. No, that's rough. That's
but
really rough.
I want to say one thing about this trade. All of those picks that Zach got, he did not make a single one of those picks.
All of them, right?
He did not make a single one. Drake London was picked by either Andy or Kenny. I picked Kenny Pickett. I picked Bryce Young. Kenny picked Mac Jones. Paul picked James Cook and Malik Willis. And Tyler picked Nico Collins.
Damn.
So he did not make a single one of these picks. And
it's just crazy.
And has CMC on his team right now.
If I just kept... We got to trade it back to him eventually. Do you have that one?
Is that
the next one?
Nah.
Shit, we should have done
one
that.
more.
Damn, we should have... Okay, we'll definitely cover the one where I traded CMC back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I fielded a competitive team now. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I got fleeced in that one too.
I think you did.
But,
I should have.
You know, I definitely... My goodness. I definitely, like... made a huge mistake here, bro. Yeah. I don't really know how else to say it.
Yeah.
And, you know, luckily I have a competitive team. I think I'm going to be a playoff contender going into the next 1 to 2 seasons. And maybe I can sell one of my high-profile guys for something similar to this. Or 2 or 3 high-profile guys for something similar.
I don't know about something
and kind of do a reboot of some degree. But, yeah, that's definitely insanity.
Yeah. All right.
But hey, hold on. So,
okay.
Kenny Pickett busted.
Yep.
Mac Jones bust. Malik Willis bust.
Yep.
So Bryce Young is a maybe, but looking like
Could
a
be
bust.
a bust.
Drake London, good but not amazing. James Cook, really good value. Nico Collins, really good value. So that's 4 hits out of 7 picks. Whoever was drafting those, that's a pretty solid ratio because you feel like in general that's
Fuck you,
that's kind of
for me.
that's kind of a hard that's kind of a hard ratio, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was all like by different people, so it's
Right.
hard to really say. But
Yeah, exactly.
but honestly though, like Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's what RB1 the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you really were trying to win now and you didn't trade him, I still think I don't know if I would say fair, but it's still CMC.
No,
bro.
there's
like,
logic behind it. I just definitely needed to be stricter on like not giving up the extra second and third. Like if it's 3
Yeah.
firsts and 2 seconds, that's still a ton.
yeah.
Well, and plus all the players, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like I get at the time, I don't know what Keelan Cole was doing in there. That had to have been like a 5th round pick basically. But at the time, Sonny Michel was still a playable running back. So I was probably thinking I'm upgrading there. Robbie Chosen throwaway.
He
But
was
then,
kind
like
of
you
good
said-
back then, though.
No.
He was on the Panthers. I think he had a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, that's when this is when I traded him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Omar and Andy in 2020.
2020.
This is one of the first trades of the league, and it gets incredible. Zach Ertz,
All right, still has him.
Jalen Reagor. Both of these guys were on the Eagles, by the way, when this trade happened. Denzel Mims. This pick, which he did end up keeping, and it was Christian Watson,
Got his
and
guy
he
with
still
it.
has it.
Got his guy.
Jonathan Mingo, which I'm pretty sure he also picked. I'm not for sure though. That could be wrong. For Diggs, Dallas Goedert, Philip Lindsay, and then this third in 3 years that turned into Puka Nakua. Just a random throw in third, bro.
Hey man, that's
Random throw in third
there's
from
the
3
proof.
years prior ends
there's
up being
the
Puka
proof
Nakua.
right there.
It's just insane. And did Andy
Wow.
pick it? No, I did.
Absolutely not.
So I thought
mean,
that was
this
crazy.
Trade on the left just looks horrible.
Absolutely horrible. I mean, it's just not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst ones. Like once you see what third turns into,
Yeah.
it's so.
I mean,
bad.
even without that, it's pretty rough.
yeah, just Diggs for
Diggs and
Watson.
Goddard for Ertz, Rager, Mims, and 2 seconds, I would do that all day, every day of the week. I do that right now.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah, that's wild.
I wanted to show a Puka one. I wanted to keep it last.
Yeah, I had to.
because
Yeah.
it's just crazy that like at the time, bro. Like put yourself into that moment.
Who cares about that third?
Who cares?
Yep.
Like it's a random throw in third.
Yep.
That's
why you got to pay attention and make those dart throws, dude. Because
It's
like
crazy.
Tajay Spears in the 4th, when Jalen Waddle fell to me in the late 2nd. I mean, not like that was really a dart throw. He was kind of like high tier prospect that just fell, but like, you know,
I would sleep on him. I'll admit.
yeah,
I would sleep
that's
on
fair.
Tajay
And a lot of
Spears.
people were too kind of worried about the injury, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, 2.10 we had A-Chain go.
Chain fall
You know,
all the way to the end of the second.
It's there's targets out there. You gotta just take the dart throw. So maybe the plan is to just trade all your players for like 30 seconds and thirds.
That's the plan. Some of them's got to hit. Some of them have to hit. But then you have to make roster cuts.
At least one will hit.
Once roster cuts come
Oh
though,
yeah, and then you cut the wrong guy and you're sick.
yeah, you're like, oh, I remember drafting this guy, and you never kept him.
And now he's in hell.
Mhm.
All right,
Yep,
Well,
that's it.
that was sweet. I'm hyped to do more of those and kind of go through the history. And yeah, it's like I said, it's a miracle that I field a competitive team. The literal second best team.
After
After that, like what?
After that Christian
Ow.
McCaffrey trade, I don't know how you're
Ow,
still alive.
dude.
But that's all the time we got today.